Hello and welcome to the new campaign of our esteemed list of many campaigns where we all cry eventually. This one's the manliest of them, as you can tell.
Oh yeah.
After much request, we're going to do a campaign of 40k's Deathwatch.
Yay.
Hey.
Yep. With me on my left is the ever quirky Rahal.
It's me. Hi.
Sat next to him is the ever funny Jake.
Howdy.
In the middle is the ever tired Manaki.
Hey.
To my right is a new face to our lovely show, Alex.
Hi.
And finally, on my right is the ever disdainful Grimith.
Blessed is the vagina too small to get fucked.
And scene. Intro video is over.
For the Emperor.
Yep, we can end it there.
Roll credits. Is that a wrap?
Yeah.
Suffer not a heretic to live.
Good campaign, guys.
Oh my god. All right.
I just thought of that too. I'm rather proud of myself, actually.
Oh,
Every intro video is the fucking same. All right. So, starting from my left again, we're going to have some character introductions. And we're going to start with Rahal.
sure. We can do that if you want.
I do.
I am of course Rahal, as you know. I shall be playing Librarian Pyriel. He is a returning character. He's the same dude I played in the one-shot thing we did to test out the system like last year. And I shall be playing him again because I was like, I kind of like the idea of librarians. And I think I want to keep sort of exploring that particular aspect of 40k and Space Marines. So Pyriel is back. And, short about him, he is a Salamander. Space Marine. He came to the Deathwatch chasing a vision. He has got a incredible premonition that something is happening or something is going on or something grand is about to occur, and he needs to be here, he thinks. Maybe the Emperor spoke to him, maybe there was something else, but he needs to be here for some reason or the other. In the chapter before he came here, he was a part of a particular mission called the Cleansing of Irmgarl, which had him fight with his chapter brothers in the many deathly tunnels of the moon of Imgarl, trying to root out the horrible Tyranid infestation of that place. And he fought there for years, basically, in these tunnels. And as a result, so many of his brothers die, and so many horrors. So he has a absolutely burning hatred for Tyranids, and a first-hand experience fighting them in many cases. He is a Salamander and a Librarian. Fairly unusual combo. They're usually Devastators or Tech Marines, but I choose to go Librarian because I want to do Psychic Powers. His Psychic Powers from the beginning is a mix of supporting stuff and deathly fire. And I'm gonna be throwing him around and see how this works out, basically.
Sweet. Going on to our next, Jake, if you would take it away.
Yeah, I am playing an Apothecary, like a medic, from the chapter of the Storm Wardens, which is a non-canon chapter. It was added specifically for this system. But I didn't know that when I picked it. I just thought they were cool because the picture for the guy in the book had a cloak. So that was my primary reason for picking them. So the kind of past, I'm playing Kethyr. I should mention his name is Kethyr. He's a cool guy. And the kind of backstory, apparently a lot of these are very similar from the ones you pick in the book, because Kethyr also fought in the tunnels of a planet for many years against an alien race.
It's very common.
Yeah. It was basically this kind of mission. This campaign is called the Scouring of Vigil, where the Storm Wardens fought against the foul alien Slaugth race, which are like maggot men, like the worm mages or whatever from D&D or Pathfinder or whatever. Their whole body is maggots, and they create these like slave robots. And so they were defeated in a long series of savage close-quarter battles in the tunnels beneath the planet of Vigil, where, coincidentally, similarly to my Salamander brother here, many of my battle brothers were slain. I don't have a particular hatred for Slaugth over other alien races, but they're pretty gross. So, and the Storm Wardens were all about like glory. It's like the greater your achievements, the greater you are as a Space Marine. And so I'm going to try out the whole kind of medic, apothecary, heavy weapons route. I've got a heavy bolter that I plan to blow up many an alien with. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, with the Librarian and Apothecary lined up, what has Manaki brought to the table?
I'll be playing Perseus of the Ultramarines. He earned his medal by fighting Tyranids mainly, by taking on a lot of extra duties from what a Space Marine normally deals with. Because after the Battle of McCrag, where the first company of the entire first company of the Ultramarines fell to the Tyranids to blunt them and push them back and split their giant hive fleet into many small ones, well, they were out a whole first company. All the veterans were dead, and so they needed to train a lot of new ones. And that's basically where he comes in. He's recruited and just sent to fight millions of Tyranid in an attempt to make veterans from people who were before just normal Marines. That's basically his background as well. He has been fighting Tyranids. He hates Tyranids, but he also knows a lot about fighting Tyranids. And later he will be able to perhaps teach his squad mates something about it. He is a tactical Marine. He is versatile, and his main focus is going to be trying to keep this squad together to fight Tyranids. Or other aliens eventually, I suppose, but mainly Tyranids, because he hates Tyranids. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep people working together with Perseus.
Why did it come to the Deathwatch?
To teach 2 points. He came to learn how other people fight Tyranids, how other chapters fight Tyranids, and secondly, to teach them how really to fight Tyranids.
Okay.
No, you're
The
doing
true
it wrong.
Codex approved way to fight
I
Tyranids.
see.
However you're doing
The
this,
Ultramarines have a
wrong.
lot of experience fighting Tyranids.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it's true.
And they've written it all down.
That
in their
experience
precious
needs
book.
to be brought to the rest of the world's like Space Marines.
Oh.
He was sent here as part of that sort of knowledge exchange. You don't get to interact with those Space Marines many other places.
Well, with our all-rounded tactical Marine leader type lined up, who does Alex bring to the table?
I bring Waine. He is of the Raven Guard, or was. I'm going to keep his backstory brief because I don't have a great concept of the 40k lore, so I don't want to say anything outlandish. He was fighting orcs. He and his squad dropped down in one of those drop pods, and they were immediately shelled, and he was the only survivor. So he is not a fan of orcs. He has hatred orcs. He's an assault marine, and he doesn't let people get close because it hurts too much when they leave him.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. He's kind of the heartthrob of the group. So
yeah,
that's him. You know, he gets in. I'm a melee, obviously, assault marine. Got jump pack and all that. It's kind of by the numbers in that regard. That's all I got.
Okay. So Assault Marine Specialist from Alex. And of course, Last but not least, by any short margin, is Grimith. What do you bring?
All right. So who is the least? If I'm not the least, those are important questions.
You know, it's that neophyte
volunteer
down
as
the
tribute.
wall. Down the,
Oh, okay.
down the hall is the
Good.
neophyte.
Learn your role. All right. My
I'm
character,
the heel bitch.
My character is named Vargas Malthek. First, he is a tech marine. He is schooled in the forbidden knowledge of the Omnisaya, the machine god. After he became, a space marine, which has done like the final transformations in the late teens, he spent a number of years in his chapter, which don't worry, we'll get to in a moment. Was tested for aptitude, and he was shipped off for over 3 decades to Mars itself. To learn about the machine cult, inducted into its secrets, so that he could acquire the forbidden lore of how to work machinery and how to soothe the machine spirits and effectively how to bend the machine spirits to their will, because the Space Marines don't really give a damn whether the Adeptus Mechanicus thinks of what they do as heresy. They just care about
It's
their
like a
weapons.
technical college.
Yeah. He went to technical college for 3 decades. It was good. After that, he, went back home to his home chapter for another decade or so, which just so happens to be the Black Templars. Now, if you're unfamiliar with them, they are effectively Teutonic Knights in the 41st millennium, including down to the iconography itself. They care a lot about battle, they care a lot about praying, and they care a lot about burning, particularly heretics and psychers. Yes. Enemy psychers emphasized more so, but really any psycher has an opportunity to upset the Black Templars. And they don't much care for that whole Codex Astartes thing. Black Templars have kind of been like roving around the galaxy for like 10,000 years on a wonderful crusade. Their numbers supposedly go over the 1,000 limit that's prescribed. They don't really care about the rules so much as burning heretics. And psychers, that's really important. Gotta abhor the witch, you understand. Now, the book suggests, and Vargas follows along with this, that recently trained the tech marines who end up taking the oath are tech marines who've recently finished their training on Mars. And that ends up being the case for Vargas. He's straddling 2 worlds between the machine cult and his chapter home, not fully welcome in both. Because the machine cult views what the Space Marines do as heresy that they can't really argue about, but they're still kind of pissed about it. And the Black Templars don't really connect well with this guy who's kind of like part machine. He's just there to maintain all the cool war equipment. So my character, who distinguished himself in the Geonide Crusade alongside his fellow Black Templars, Vargas recovered invaluable artifacts from the Adeptus Mechanicus laboratories under siege by rebellious forces on the planet Geonide, where he personally slew a handful of rogue psychers and resisted their unnatural powers. The various higher ranked members of the chapter said, he might be a good pick for the Deathwatch, and my character is a fame monster. Overly ambitious, he has suffered much in his transformation, the 30 years on Mars. Kill-Team with a Librarian, in his pursuit of glory and power. He wants to be the one writing the histories by life's end. And since he is part machine now, enough to have a trait for it, that life may go quite some time.
As always, a beautifully well-detailed story and background for your character.
As such, I think my understanding is that our characters can vary in ages because Space Marines can live a fuck ton long. My character might end up being the youngest one here in his early 70s.
Most likely, because all of you are veterans in your own rights, though with you being the exception because Tech Marines are kind of gobbled up by the Deathwatch. If they're given the option, they'll take a Tech Marine in a heartbeat. Same with a Librarian. Though it does sound like our dear Librarian Pyriel is not the youngest in the group, spending decades fighting wars underground.
No, Pyriel. Let me actually check on my sheet here if I actually put down a age form. I don't think I have. But I mean, to become a librarian, there is a lot of training for that stuff, and a lot of testing, and a lot of sanctioning, and it takes forever to get anywhere with the librarian training. So I imagine that he is fairly. He's probably around his hundreds at least.
I would be amazed if he wasn't, honestly. At least 100.
There's, yeah.
Perseus would be sort of a fair age, meaning, I guess like couple 100 years. I think is a decent.
Join the 2 service stud group we have in the middle here.
Yeah.
He also has likely worked like alongside maybe a Deathwatch squad before in this sector, because this is really where we are anyway, the Ultramarines.
Yeah, you've likely seen
hence why I'm somewhat known.
Yes.
Captain here is from the Ultramarines.
Yeah, something.
There's a lot of Ultramarines around.
Yeah.
It's sort of your home turf.
It's like, you guys leave like the half galaxy away. I go a few systems. Like Ultramar is right next to where we are. So really, I'm just like what I'm doing here. I would just be fighting the same fight, but a bit further back. If I weren't to do this, it really doesn't represent much of a sacrifice for my character in that way.
Right, like you can drive home for laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to mum to drop off your laundry.
Commute,
Yeah.
No.
I'm actually gonna check where Nocturne is, because that's my homeworld.
Oh god,
I'm
I
from
don't even know what
Nocturne.
segmentum that is.
It should be noted.
It is in the Ultima segmentum.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Looking at this
Yeah,
handy,
When
this
most
tiny,
things are.
tiny pick here. It'll be.
Wait, what picture are you?
Here it is. I'm from here.
Nocturne, there you go.
That is a nice and safe little cradle there.
Yeah,
It really
Nocturne.
I'm
It
way
doesn't
off.
help that it's literally a lava planet, though. So
It is a lava planet. Yeah, it's a terrible,
Yeah.
terrible
Defeats
place.
the
We have
point of
one
the safety
planet.
of the cradle.
yeah,
It is absolutely horrible. No one
yeah,
should ever
it's
go
not
there.
a fun place. Not a fun place to be.
Well,
But-
I mean, it's kind of like New York. It's great to visit.
Nice on a
Maybe-
flyby.
Maybe like Miami or something. It's very hot.
You need a permanent tan.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my
Spend a
yin
week
seed,
there
man.
Taking the sights, but it's expensive. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Much.
Like a
Yeah.
burger in Nocturne. Oh boy.
Yeah, like $15 for a friggin' burger.
15
The
space bucks.
Imperial
Space
Yeah,
bucks.
space bucks.
something money.
Wait, no, that's the coffee chain.
What do you use? I guess requisition. So we
Like
Yeah.
a Starbucks still.
Yeah,
You just kind of
Sacris.
show up and
like a requisition
expect.
burger.
My homeworld is
Watch
way
Captain looks
off.
at you like,
I believe, in the
Sacris
segmentum.
in this Calixtus sector from in here, but you won't see it on the map because according to the Imperium, it doesn't exist.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Look at you. Who are you again?
Yeah.
What
And
chapter?
why are you
the other Marines in the team might not even know that the Storm Wardens were a thing. No one really
Parachute
talks about
eye
them,
contact.
and our homeworld technically doesn't exist.
well, there we go.
Excavation.
Though
Because
you're
in the deep past, our chapter leader, I forget the title, chapter master,
Uh-huh.
he was like,
Primarch,
"Fuck,
if he was.
something happened. The Inquisition, help us just get rid of it all."
Get rid of the planet.
And they just wiped the records.
Ooh, we botched it.
It's like, ooh, we need to.
Nobody knows what happened,
Can you
but no one ever talks about the Storm Wardens, and we technically don't exist.
exterminatus, please?
your watch captain is actually is pretty damn old and pretty damn well versed in.
Yeah. So actually, Halldamir, since you're the master, storyteller,
Mhm.
for those who don't know, tell us about the Deathwatch. Like, what the hell?
Let me tell you about the Deathwatch. All right. The Deathwatch is the Ordo Militant of the Major Inquisition section called Ordo Xenos, tasked with destroying all Xenos, basically. finding them, researching them, destroying them. It's beautiful. You are their auto militants, which means when the Inquisitors themselves and the Imperial Guard cannot do what is needed to be done, militarily wise, they send you, poor bastards, the Deathwatch. You go to planets that are about to fall to the Tyranids, are infested with orcs, or have already fallen to the Tau. That's the sort of group that you are. You are veterans, only chosen from first, maybe second companies of your related chapters. You are very well respected upon your chapter. And it is a great honor to become a member of the Deathwatch. Your armor, upon reaching Watch Station Ariok, is immediately taken away, apart from Vargas and Pyriel, are immediately taken away and painted the Deathwatch colors of black. You would have a inscribed Deathwatch pauldron with special purity sealings and inscriptions and prayers scribed into the arm and shoulder, so that you're protected from the filthy scum known as the Xenos. This doesn't mean that you're only pitted against aliens. You can come in contact with chaos, heretics, and even just rogue Imperials. This sector is in turmoil. It's about to be lost, basically. And you guys are stuck in here. You have to face Hive Fleet Dagon, as there is no one else to keep it at bay. You have to keep a watch on the Hadex anomaly, because that's just a clusterfuck ready to explode.
I gotta keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and
The Hadex anomaly.
You guys are recently initiated into the Deathwatch, apart from Pyriel, but he's only had one mission.
Yeah, I've only
between.
been here for a few weeks, basically.
Yeah. You have all been literally hypnotized into learning forbidden lore from the Deathwatch. You have been sworn to oaths of secrecy in some regards, though what you learn while fighting for the Deathwatch you can always take back. But it is an honor, a very rare one. Some stay if they're particularly good. For instance, your watch captain is what's known as a keeper, and they are kept by order from the Deathwatch. They are forever part. They have renounced their chapter, in a sense, and are now part of the Deathwatch entirely. This includes dreadnoughts. There are dreadnoughts in the Deathwatch. And for those of you who don't know, those are Space Marines who have been so horribly wounded that they cannot fight any longer unless placed inside of a dreadnought, and they can fight forever, basically. It's quite crazy. But you have been newly initiated, and you have just been given this order to join this kill team. And as you've just been given your kill team's, call sign of Durendal, you've actually been given one of your first missions already. And you're already flying there.
Is it
a
mission of peace?
God, no.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
You are.
We shall broker a diplomatic treaty.
Yes. The trade deals of.
You
Get
are.
your carousal skill ready.
I hope you invested.
This kind of sounds like episode 1.
You are angels of death. You
Why,
don't
thank you.
tend to do diplomacy.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah.
Spirit
You
revoked.
you show up and kick ass, really. But your first mission, as you fly there on the Deathwatch cruiser, the Silent Vigil, with your watch captain on board, and many other Deathwatch kill teams, in fact. You are flying to a lovely neck of the woods in the Jericho Reach that has been infested by High Fleet Dagon already. You are heading to the system of Knum,
Excuse me.
which is, yeah, I sneezed, sorry. System Knum
All right.
is an odd system, in fact. No one in the Deathwatch knew of it until the Omega Vault, hidden away in Watch Station Ariok, opened one of its sacred vaults and gave the Imperial coordinates, in a sense, to this system. Nothing else was really given. So, the Adeptus Mechanicus and the Deathwatch set some of their sensory rates, augurs and the such, to this system and kept an eye on it. And discovered that it's a small tribal world where humans who were once, during the great the crusade across the Imperium, where the Emperor spread humans to every sector of the galaxy, they were deposited here, these humans, but have lost their forefathers' technology and have fallen back to their tribal nature.
Question.
Yeah.
What's the Omega Vault for people who don't know?
The Omega Vault is a piece of tech, a giant vault inside of the Watch Fortress, in a sense, called Ariok. It is, in a sense, a giant database that takes inputs, and when significant events that may or may not have correlation come about, some vault doors open. Some librarians spend their entire lives searching through these vaults to find answers. There is a main vault door. There are 8 locks. 6 have been opened. And no one knows what lies inside. No dreadnought has swore a vow of secrecy to it, and no living member of the Astartes know of it. Perhaps a Primarch may know what's in there, but they are all either lost to the powers of chaos or to the void itself in travel or through death. No one knows. It's an enigma, in a sense.
I got chills.
But the reason why you guys are heading to this tribal world is quite simply something bizarre happened. High Fleet Dagon infected the world and presumably has killed everyone who has inhabited it. And they have already started their absorption, which means they have taken all of the biomass of the planet and are putting it all into these digestion pools to be converted into Tyranids at a later stage. This planet has fallen. There is no doubt about it. There is no saving this planet apart from exterminatus. And then the Deathwatch got an astropathic beacon, distress beacon. For those who are familiar with the term Shadow of the Warp, would understand that the Shadow of the Warp completely conceals a system, an entire system. You cannot get there through the warp. You cannot penetrate it through astropathic means or psychic means. Everything is dampened. The whole fleet has put a cloud that nothing can penetrate. But this distress beacon has. And of course, the Deathwatch want to know how that has happened. Not to mention, whoever has sent this signal has managed to survive the death of a planet, something that has never been documented.
Well,
So, you
that,
have been
yeah,
sent there.
that's because I was gonna say, an astropathic distress beacon from inside a Tyranid fleet. That's impossible.
From the planet, in fact.
Hmm.
From the surface of the planet, or under. It's kind of unclear.
Well, clearly this must be investigated.
Yes. So
Ultramarine doesn't think so. Magic heresy message.
One thing I did actually forget. Some of the ciphers, as part of this distress signal, had the Adeptus Mechanicus ciphers.
Yeah. It's tech stuff.
Yep. It was sent directly to the Deathwatch, but had the Imperial codes, in a sense, of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Curious.
Indeed.
So a tech psyker.
Well, I mean, there are in
Yeah, unless
40k
there's more than
you have like the big ships that drive around, of course, but to actually do like messages over long distances, because the galaxy is big, you need to use certain astropathic communications because that uses the warp, which is quicker. Like time doesn't matter in the warp. So
Distance is abstract.
yeah,
from the
distance is not a thing in the warp. So that is the way the Imperium communicate with each other between systems, because normal like radio waves or whatever would take far too long to do anything.
Right. Isn't that that's like psyker stuff though?
Yeah,
right?
it's psyker stuff.
Yes.
But you have
Yeah, so presumably
dedicated
there's more than one person alive.
or something. They have
Or there's a tech psyker.
or there is something going on. Like we don't know. It's weird. Might be more
Yeah.
people. I guess the thing is they're like psychers in the Imperium is very not liked.
No.
If you're not a sanctioned psyker, then you are basically you can be burned on sight.
Black Templars can
Can't
find.
confirm.
Yep.
Can't confirm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't
Have done
confirm.
many times.
Which is why, if you're a psyker, the only one of the few ways to get sanctioned is to actually sign up for the military. That's how you sort of save your life. Or get like a cush position as a soothsayer or something at some governor's mansion, stuff like that. But a witch, oh boy, you are in for a very rough time if someone finds out.
Could be a rogue psycho
It's
trying to
not
draw us
very
in.
rough.
To...
It's
So, like,
pretty quick.
burn on sight, do people just carry matches around, or?
Well, flamers.
Melters.
I
Wow.
mean,
As well.
people die when they meet psychers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we carry flamers.
Yes.
Right.
Inquisition.
I mean, that's the thing with 40k. It is like the Imperium is like the most horrific, oppressive regime you can imagine. It is just violence
Well,
is
now
the
I'm gonna get
solution.
political, but
It
that
is.
in election.
Oh yeah, the Imperium is a rough place to be.
Yeah.
It is not a happy place.
Well, for some.
Well, for some,
Hmm.
if you're incredibly rich and powerful, it can be pretty good. But
You might live on a paradise world somewhere.
Yeah. but a normal human, no.
It sucks. As they say in the grim dark future of the 40k universe, there is only war.
And
And war never changes.
that's
No.
right.
Crossover.
Maybe. But yeah, it's a bad place. It's a lot of war. Some places are probably safe, but there's crap all over
Terror
the
is
place.
safe.
Yeah, terror is safe.
And that's what we're here for.
Indeed,
Indeed.
we are here to protect the Imperium from
Awesome.
the mutant, the demon, and the heretic.
But
And the
on
sea
that,
Pumped.
Don't forget the Xenos.
Yeah,
There's
no,
lots
the
of
alien
fun.
also. Yes, the alien. No, the alien, mutant, demon, heretic. Yes.
Right, maybe we can build a wall.
yeah,
I mean-
Centers.
space war.
Bells.
We tried.
Space wall.
Space wall.
It's difficult to build around the entire galaxy.
It's
We're working on
it's
it.
like 3D. You have to up
Yeah.
and down.
I mean, I think it's important. We got to shop the contract around. We shouldn't take it for a
You know,
Yeah.
our wall
Yeah.
is the space marines driving around,
We
basically.
have a
Yeah.
sphere around the supermassive black hole at the center of the
Just,
galaxy.
we're just
right,
driving
more of a
around.
metaphorical wall then.
Oh yeah, sure, but that's the faith of the Imperium. That's the wall that keeps humanity safe. The faith in the immortal emperor of mankind.
He's
Remember the
taking
Watchers on
good
the
care of
wall.
us all in his immortal throne.
He does. He is the light
With
in
a-
the
With
darkness.
a corpse.
But
The horn
Back-
that wakes the sleeping men.
back to the mission brief.
Uh-huh.
Your captain actually gives you, the kill team, the option of how you wish to descend to Planetfall.
Well,
Are we
I've
doing
had-
that now?
I've had some pretty bad
No, not
experiences
now.
with drop pods, so I'd like to maybe.
Well, when the first session starts, this will be basically when you start is from your decision. You can, Yeah.
No, I was asking for what options.
yeah, I was just going. So
we can
he
shoot
gives
you out of a cannon.
Oh, yeah. So, your options of descent are twofold. One, a storm raven will take you down.
I like that.
It's kind of dangerous though, because the world is kind of infected by tyranids, which include the flying kind,
Mhm.
and you'll be attacked the entire way down. More
Sounds
than
good.
likely. But you'll have more time to identify where the signal is kind of coming from.
That's right.
Your second option is, well, Waine won't like it, but you'll be thrown out of the cruiser at around 12,000 kilometers an hour through drop pod
Right.
towards
No.
the planet.
Not happen. You're gonna have to like B.A. Baracus drug me with a brownie to get me in that drop pod. It's not. No.
You
Maybe,
know.
Baby.
Doing this will avoid all the flying tyranids, but it's
Or
going to be
crush
kind of
them.
obvious. Or crush them. It'll be rather obvious. So you may attract some unwanted attention on the ground.
Which we don't want to do.
But
I-
you might also travel. Need to
Did you
travel.
guys know that we had a babysitting gig in addition to being part of the Deathwatch?
From our understanding of Tyranids, I don't fathom. Like, if we attract the attention of the flying Tyranids, we're going to be attracting the attention of the Tyranids. If we
Yes,
attract the
I
attention
thought
of the
they
ground
had a
Tyranids,
high
then we're going to be attracting the attention of the Tyranids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though they
You
tend
fight
to,
better on the ground.
unless they have a particular directive, they tend to go around in sort of groups, normally around warriors and the kind. Larger tyranids that tend to act as a relay between the hive mind and the gaunts, as they're called, the little guys.
I personally think a drop pod is better because we get down faster.
Yes, as do
Yeah,
I.
but
Are those
it's
the only
not
two
about
options?
the destination. It's about the journey.
Are you scared,
The
brother?
journey's quick. He feels
Wait,
fear, and
I-
that is great honor.
No.
That he does this anyway brings honor to his chapter.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Great
What if
honor.
I feel fear and then
Feeling
don't do
fear
drop pod?
and acting.
Well, then you're not
spite of
playing in the
fear.
game. I mean, that sounds pretty obvious. Have a nice day, Alex.
No, all right. Drop pod. I like drop pods. They're they're terrifying.
You can always ask if you have a suggestion. You can always ask your watch captain. You can
No.
take an alternative route.
Can we be, if he doesn't like drop pods, can we just throw him out without one?
Right.
I'm
I'll master
afraid-
it.
I'm afraid not, because planetfall you tend to fall
Yeah.
rather fast, and you tend
Tends
to need
be
retro
fatal.
burns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for you guys.
Like,
it
he's got
sucks.
a jump pack, that's good enough.
That's true. I got a jump pack.
You'd normally need grav packs, which tend to alter the gravitational effects around you, but they don't really make them big enough for Astartes.
We
No,
pool
it
our
seems-
requisition.
So right, it's a drop pod without the pod. It's just the drop.
It's just a drop.
Yeah, it's just the drop.
Disc.
Yeah.
Open,
Yeah.
open.
All right,
a-
no,
couple
I'll,
of
do it. I'll
hatch
grit
and
my
kick
teeth. I have no problem with the drop pod,
All right,
Yeah.
wonderful.
except for my night terrors. But aside from those,
Okay.
we're good.
It's okay. It's okay.
You can
know
read
what?
the prayers inscribed
I'll
on
bring
the
you some.
bulkhead.
I'll bring
Yeah.
you some hot cocoa and
Oh,
Yes.
and a snuggie.
blanket.
Oh, that's so kind.
And a
I'm
snuggie,
immediately,
oh, I could die for
I'm
a
immediately
snuggie right
knocked
now.
out.
Pyriel
wake up on
rolls
the
his
drop pod.
eyes.
Not again.
Ugh, how did this guy become a Marine?
Well, in that case, then we.
Don't talk shit or you won't get healed.
Don't worry, Pyriel. We'll all go insane in time.
looks
It'll happen to
over,
us all.
looks over, unmoving eyes.
Yes, viewers, do note that everyone here except for one person has an exposed face.
Yeah, it's true.
I have a helmet. I'm not just wearing it at this photo op. All right.
When they made our
Yes,
ID
it's-
cards.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's just
Yeah.
like it's just that when everyone signed up for the photo op, like this guy here.
I have
You
my
have to take
picture
off
here.
the tabard. Snap, snap.
Here's my
The
picture.
helmet.
You
Snap,
can-
snap, snap.
You can clearly see he has a helmet in his
Fine.
hand. He's just not wearing it at the moment.
Right now, give me flirty. Give me flirty.
So I like to think it was just like my character just decided like fuck your photo op. Like no, it's like
It's more like you can't take your helmet
His
off. It's like
face
grafted to
is
your
my
flesh
face.
now.
no. My helmet's certainly capable of being removed just like any other helmet.
Mhm.
Like my skin's altered, but I can still remove my armor.
Well,
Well, I'm just saying, you really want your face on there for the trading card.
well, when we come back for our real session in a few weeks' time on the 17th of
Yep.
The
February
17th.
2017.
Why is it the 17th? I was told like it was gonna.
This Friday? No, because we.
No. I didn't say this Friday. No, I was
No?
like, well,
When
let
did
me.
you-
Oh, I guess it's the 17th.
Yeah, 17th.
It's because
We got
this
session on the
Friday.
3rd and 10th.
Well, this Friday was.
No, I didn't
supposed
say this Friday. I thought it was the Friday after this one though.
Yeah, but
No,
that's
because
no.
that's the 13th April.
Yeah, that's 13th H1, so we need to skip.
Yeah.
That's in forever.
It is. in
Although
progress.
I could ask Sheep if he wants to do, if we can start the every second week now, basically from this Friday. I don't know.
I can
It'll
do
be
that.
in the description of the video. We'll find out. When this video comes out, I guess.
All right, every second Friday from. Got it.
Yeah. So, the start of the session will be from where you guys are getting in the drop pod,
Yay!
and you would have selected your weaponry with your 120 requisition points.
Ooh.
You really throw us straight
Each.
into this.
Yeah.
Here's your kill team. Go.
They do not fuck
Have a
around
bunch
in
of shit.
Deathwatch. Bear in mind that every other kill team on board has another mission. You have literally just finished your indoctrination, most of you, and you've just been given this assignment. You are now being thrown in.
Raise
They're
up
like,
from
"Hey,
the
welcome to the
indoctrination
Deathwatch. Now
chamber,
go
you
out there and
walk
kill
out,
tyrants."
you walk out of the door, they like stick some guns in your hand,
Mhm.
push you in a drop pod, and then you're flying.
And then hit you over the
Look
head
at
with
the
a
other
shovel.
guys, oh,
Like,
huh.
donk,
Pretty much.
ready to go.
If you want to know what your requisitions officer actually looks like,
Does our requisition officer look like? Is he as dreamy as Watch Captain Marius?
no, he tends not to remove his helmet.
It's one of those guys.
Oh, his face is fucked up, I promise.
Apothecary Gallius.
Yeah, there's been some talk that that he was in a horrific chaos storm and his whole face fucked.
It fell off.
I almost
fell
got
off.
that picture. I took it.
Just fell off.
He
I think he'll take his helmet off, and then his glasses, and it turns out he was handsome the whole time.
yeah, gorgeous. Drop dead
Shakes
gorgeous.
his hair.
It's
Oh,
like
is he a blood angel? Oh no.
Yeah, it's like Sanguinius. No, he is a Storm Warden as well.
Oh, fuck yeah!
I was like, is he a white
Oh,
con?
so he can't be gorgeous.
Oh,
Oh ho!
Oh,
Got
yeah,
the-
what you're saying.
You're knocking the Scots, mate!
Isn't Kethyr gonna like paint himself with woad now, like on the way down? And
Hang on, let me
oh, do you have
change
a
my
an
token
extra
portrait.
token?
woad mode.
I'm waiting for this. World mode, go.
Blue square.
But
Woad
yeah,
mode
it
activate.
is a game that will run every other Friday. It basically is going back and forth between 13th Age and this. So we are on a 2-week cycle. Or bi-weekly, I suppose. It will be...
Fortnightly.
It will be streamed as usual. It will be recorded up to the channel. And we are doing it on normal session time. Which, again, look below in the description and you will see all of that stuff. Anything else?
I do not think so.
All right.
At some point before the session, I will need your oath.
Oh, sure.
Not to me, but you know the oath that your squad
I
takes.
will meet up at session time. I will not be late.
Well, we'll also need to determine who the hell the actual leader for the mission is.
You know what? Fuck it. Do that now.
I think
Who's the leader?
Perseus is the good leader here. He has fought Tyranids before, and is an Ultramarine veteran on these matters, and he seems to be a good pick for team leader.
Mhm.
No disagreements?
I mean, there's a Templar Mechanicus.
No.
All right.
Just glaring
Watch out
daggers
for
from the
that.
Librarian. Like, no, never him.
Perseus feels that his chances of being selected for squad leader is pretty good,
Wait,
given that
is it
2
on?
people hate each other. One is a brooding, a submarine, and then we have Kethyr. So that's at least a 50% chance most of the time.
So
What's it?
Kethyr just paints his
Halldamir
body all the
said,
time.
"No,
It's
fuck
really
that, 'cause I
weird.
changed my name."
I vote for Marius.
Must
Hey,
be.
Pyriel could
Oh,
pay
I
my
changed
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want the handsome requisition officer.
I mean,
Come with us.
Yeah. I did paint. If you check my token portrait, you can see the woad gems.
Oh yeah, look at him. He's ripped.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all sort of kind of have like experience with Tyranids.
True.
We're coming here to kind of figure out why the hell the signal's being generated. I mean, it's never fucking happened before. So
It isn't. It is clearly a psychic phenomenon and should be investigated as such. Really, it should
That's
be.
or psychic.
I mean,
I'm pretty familiar with
librarians
both.
have
Let me
special
tell
training
you,
in this.
I've
This is
seen
actually,
quite a bit of that.
and so it has gone on.
Yeah, but like we find like a psycho down there. It was like, ah, I was there, I saw it all, and he's like, you survived, you should not have, you must be.
A heretic.
God ever have mercy on your soul.
Light the fire. Pyriel, your job is to carry wood.
I love how the nominations are like, well, then who should be a leader? And Librarians like points like, I saw it in the tarot. It's Perseus. Perseus like, well, I don't want to be like, arrogant or anything.
No. I
Ultramarines
will take this duty if you believe it.
I
to be
will-
best.
I will say that I'm seriously considering taking augury as a psychic discipline, so I can actually cast the cards in the Emperor's Tarot and read the future for our kill team later on to see.
I also
That
say
sounds
that
very good.
Perseus is a tactical marine with tactical expertise, which means that he can do squad mode things even if people don't vote for him being the leader.
I think that we need a campaign.
But
Not
when
like
he's
a-
the leader, we get more cohesion. Turns out, because he's very non-confrontational with his squad mates.
so
Perseus, what's your platform?
Death through Tyranids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Please
and Vargas?
I mean,
Purge the Xenos, follow the codex.
plus points for his honesty. Really, I believe him.
Or
I
is he
believe
say what I
he
mean?
says.
What's your take on economic policy?
On what?
exactly.
But I will make sure that everyone receives requisition, evenly shared upon all.
We call it Perseus care. Yeah.
Right. And what's your take on the immigration planet right now?
Purge all the aliens.
All the
That's what I
Xenos
say.
dead.
Well, at any rate, now that
Right,
we've
get them out of
either
here, would you say?
the oath that we would have given to God is based on like our kill leader, because obviously like we can't like give an oath for which like for which he doesn't like qualify.
Mm-hmm.
You all must do the same oath, otherwise it's just not doesn't work, you know.
Well, I mean, there's restrictions
We
on,
lose the
I
magic.
think, on which ones we can get. Let's see here.
Yes, we can only
Okay.
do the oaths like that you, the tactical Marine, have access to because
Yeah.
you're our leader.
What page is it on? Like, I don't know. I'm looking at these like chapter names, and I'm like, oaths. I guess playing the game, maybe.
Perhaps.
Missions.
Yeah, I was looking at missions. Oath taking page
Yep.
229.
Yes.
The various oaths are listed. The tactical Marine has access to most of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. So adapt. Oath of the Astartes. I mean, that sounds like something that Astartes do to the Emperor. That
Plus
sounds
2
good too. though.
cohesion. It's pretty good.
Glory. Yeah. Knowledge.
I mean,
Look at that.
Oath to the Emperor really sounds like something that I would like.
Look at the knowledge oath. Weapon skill, ballistic skill versus a chosen enemy.
Yeah.
Well, knowledge oath is unacceptable. Can't do it. You just
I can't do it. Yeah. I'm not able.
For cohesion, you have a fellowship ability score of 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
you have the
Vargas,
command skill.
My best one.
Vargas and Pyriel cancel each other out.
Yep.
Does
I
anyone
like
else?
that.
Yeah. Does anyone else have a plus to cohesion?
I have a +1
No.
from being the leader and an Ultramarine.
All right, +1 then. Anyone else? Jake, maybe?
Nope.
No? Okay. Then your starting cohesion without a oath taken is 6.
Which I'm sure is great.
That
It's
seems
not bad.
yeah, it's awesome. It's more
So,
than
well,
5.
command
It could be
skill
better.
gives a bonus to cohesion as well, right? Page 212
Yes.
lists that cohesion modifiers if you have the command skill trained.
I
Do
do
you have
wanna
that
start
trained,
with that.
Manaki? Okay, then yeah.
As a tactical Marine, I have that.
The tactical marine, you have that at what? +10, 20?
Trained.
Trained. So
Just
yeah,
trained.
just give a +1.
Just a +1.
Is-
All right. Then that brings you up to 7.
I mean, looking at these, Oath of the Emperor does seem very good.
I mean, how could you not swear an oath the Emperor?
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
It's so the prerequisites
Right.
are based off the squad leader, right?
Yes.
Yes.
+10 to willpower test. Who's ever going to do those?
Looks over.
You
The
start, I mean-
psyker all the time.
Have you
I mean,
not?
I wouldn't suggest gaming the system. I mean, obviously you swear an oath the Emperor.
Yeah.
The Astartes, loyalty to chapter and Primarch, only second to loyalty of the Emperor. So you mean study the Codex Astartes
I
and
know-
drilling
I know
squad
that-
tactics?
I know that oath of the Astartes just sounds like a fucking headache.
All right, everyone, let us recite page
Oh no. He shows up. It's like
697 of the Codex
Oh,
Astartes.
I actually love this
Pyriel,
image.
will you
like,
read
like,
this passage for
Like
us?
day 4 of like our prep work. Like I'm looking over at the librarian, like
4.
you nominated him. Yeah, you fucking nominated him. Like, you thought this would be a good idea. Here we are.
and he's just in the front smiling, the biggest smile on his face with that huge codex in front of him. I'm so happy. You know, I'm so happy we can do this.
I can recite like a third of it. It's cool.
Good,
Someone-
good.
We lost the book. Someone like hidden it.
It
Well,
burned up. I don't know
guess
why.
I'll
I
just
don't know.
improvise.
Oh no.
The entire store of like the Codex Astartes is in this building mysteriously vanished.
It's
Oh,
it's
my
gone.
God.
It's burned up. Who
That's
knew
how I
what
had
happened?
cohesion. I give you something to agree about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my character would be most comfortable with the Oath to the Emperor or the Oath of Glory.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
We would get squad advance, boulder, assault, and tactical spacing because squad mod abilities are important too. Which one do we get
Mhm.
from
Squad mode
oaths?
abilities, I suppose it is also found in some cases.
Squad advance, boulder, furious charge. Let's see the oath of the Emperor, loyalty, vital part of his existence. Yes. And shrine and
But the-
reaffirm their oath of loyalty, and it has a greater sense of purpose, renewing their fervor for defending the Imperium. And that's also good. It's very, very sort of general, really.
I mean, the plus 10 willpower
How
is
dare you?
is incredibly good.
Oath of glory.
Bear in mind, willpower is
First
against
name.
fear effects.
Yeah, which
and
is Tyranids.
Xenos are extremely terrifying.
Such feats become
That's what I'm thinking, because we're going up against Tyranids, and Tyranids have a lot of fear crap going on.
Well, like
Yes.
we as Adeptus Astartes like don't really suffer much in the way of fear compared to like normal like human beings.
Oh,
like
sure.
fear for us is very minimalized to like minus like whatever to like our various skill tests while like being confronted by them if we fail our fear checks, as opposed to like fucking like blood oozes out of your eyeballs as you scream and tear and like crumple.
Do remember that if you fail a willpower test by 3 degrees or more, you will take 1d5 insanity points.
It just means I become more like my Primarch.
Yeah,
would that
like,
not be a
where's
good
the-
thing?
Yeah, how is that not
Yeah.
a good
It
thing?
means
Okay.
that I must be the leader, or I'm a really pissy bitch the entire time. If
Love
I'm
it.
not the leader, I'm constantly be like, oh, no, I mean, if I was the leader here, not that I am, but I would do this other thing. Or like, no, Captain, the High Fleet is coming. We shall charge into it. This is the only way to secure the Empire.
Yeah, for me, Emperor or Glory, because again, my character is also ambitious. So,
Yeah, Glory
Glory
would be
is
the character wise preference for mine, but like
I would be
'Cause-
Astartes, obviously, but
Obviously,
he is
yeah.
he is
I
an
like
accommodating
the
leader, if
Astartes.
nothing else.
I like Astartes and Emperor over Glory, but I mean the Storm Warden's thing is Glory, so
He
Yeah,
looks at
let's
Glory
make
and he
this
says,
hoppy.
"What is that? Is that what we hear? These pups don't know
Yeah.
the truth."
3
of the
people
Imperium."
nod. hmm
I mean, I'm here to get my name out there,
I'll be
networking.
back. My doorbell just rang.
This system does reward you for playing your character, even if it is the detriment to your character's well-being.
Perseus is not a big glory hound himself.
Mhm.
That is not. That's
Prob-
not something.
Probably not the
to-
probably not the oath he would swear though, like in that
No.
case. Then, so
He would like to do the codex, but maybe to him it would seem a little presumptuous that they don't know it as well as he does, and
How can we
like-
really swear an oath if we're so ignorant about the code?
Can I
We
tell
don't
you
have
about
time
the
for it.
good book?
it is literally scripture class,
It
of
really
course
is.
it is.
Yeah.
And what do you think the oath to the emperor is?
Yeah, it's just
We
How
gather
dare
in the
you
we
compare
gather
the
in the
two?
grand in the grand shrine to venerate ourselves in it's like a that's more like a
so absorbed in just like one massive tome that you fail to recognize the true order of the universe.
no, it is all written here for us. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Everything there is an
I
answer
don't-
to everything within the codex.
There's an answer to everything in the Emperor. Don't need a book.
What is
to
my
tell me
name?
that.
Oh,
Consult the Codex.
Cohesion is breaking.
Snap, snap. Like the fucking servo arm just like waves.
Sassy.
Sassy servo arm.
There, machine spirit.
Mhm.
I mean, let's do the oath to the emperor then.
Alright.
I think that seems like a good. You know what? We don't know each other right now, and Perseus doesn't want he understands that a lot of other chapters are wrong in the way that they read the codex.
Mhm.
Of course, yeah.
So
The
he
way we
doesn't want to
count it
highlight
out.
that right now. He wants to highlight the thing that unites us.
Oh,
and
sure.
that is the emperor.
Yes, of course.
Doing this for the Emperor. Yeah.
Yeah, it's talking
Very
about
wise.
sports at a party.
Yeah.
everyone
Can
can
anyone?
yeah.
I mean, the emperor's pretty great, isn't he? And
Yeah, but-
does
oh,
anyone
yes.
disagree?
No, no.
Anyone?
It's like, oh, he's killing it this season.
No.
Someone is like
Vargas,
that's-
Pyriel. Anyone disagree? Any
No,
between you?
no.
Do you agree on this?
and then someone is like, I don't find him that cool. And it's just complete silent in the
Let me
room.
shoot
And then
the
he's
guy.
immediately taken out back and shot.
Well,
Yeah.
Vargas agrees he'd be like one of those like anime people who thinks that he loves the Emperor more.
Yes.
Like clearly I love the Emperor more. Like
Clearly.
Oh,
this
the
is what we-
Emperor's your senpai.
Then just pray harder.
Yes,
Yeah.
Emperor,
The Emperor is
senpai,
everyone's
and
senpai.
you know what? He notices me on a regular basis.
Oh,
If you know
wow.
what I mean.
Wow.
Isn't that heresy? It feels like heresy.
I don't know.
No, the Emperor notices all of us. He knows that we do our best to fill the Empire with glory and safety, and all that is good for mankind.
Which is
So,
the Emperor.
We are the
As far as
lambs
I'm
upon the
concerned-
rock, sacrificed so that humanity can live.
Oh, it's very poetic.
Yes, the Codex is very poetic. It has
All right.
many meanings, and every
I
chapter
should give that a
is
read
interpreted
sometime.
differently.
Yeah, no, I don't have any original lines. I just take them from
Mhm.
the code.
All right, final thing for this chaotic intro video, as always. I can confirm then the 10th can be our first session
All right, cool. I'm good
Okay.
with that.
Cool.
All right, we'll do that then.
of February 2017. Just
Hooray!
in case you're watching this after all of this happens, because
I think people will be fine.
yeah, it's happened before.
Now,
Yeah.
where can they find these sessions?
They
Well,
can find this.
Beyond like the channel where they're watching this.
We're not even sure right now. It could be Beam, it could be YouTube. We don't even know.
There will be a stream. I will stream this on Beam.
Okay.
Beam.pro/Rahal.
So pro.
It's so pro.
Link in the description.
Yeah, link in the description, and there everything will be streamed. Everything will be recorded and uploaded to the channel as well, of course.
Yes, I will host beam.pro/Rahal from beam.pro/Grimith.
Yes. There we go.
We
Like
shall
and
all
subscribe.
be
Like and subscribe.
Follow,
And
upvote,
Share. It helps.
whatever.
For search
Up-
engine
upload.
optimization.
yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you
And yeah, I think that's that then.
That's that.
See you guys on the 10th.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.